I also just want to again recognize and honor the sex worker community.
I want to thank the sex worker community.
Wow, 3 weeks ago it was a bunch of hoes and now it's a community.
Bill Maher has once again ramped up his criticism, this time targeting Hollywood for its fixation on woke terminology and self-important virtue signaling.
My question is, if it's such an important liberal cause, why didn't you do it 10 years ago? Or 20? Or in 1975? Maybe I should be copying an attitude with you.
On a fiery episode of Asterisk Real Time with Bill Maher Asterisk, the outspoken comedian unleashed a no-holds-barred critique, branding the film industry a chaotic circus of zealots determined to tear down American culture under the banner of progressivism. So, what's the latest round of buzzwords Hollywood is trying to shove down our throats, and just how brutal was Maher's takedown of this out-of-touch trend? Buckle up, we've got the hottest clips.
They give me more than a week to get used to a new word, or phrase, or name for what we call something. We did this with homeless until it was unhoused. We did this with illegal alien until it was undocumented.
Maher opened his rant by rattling off a string of everyday words that, according to him, have been given a so-called woke makeover by Hollywood's virtue-signaling elite. The irony. These words still carry the same meaning. They've just been rebranded to pacify an overly sensitive audience hungry for moral brownie points. It's linguistic theater at its finest. All flair, no substance. And while we could list plenty more examples, there are bigger issues to tackle. So without further delay, let's get to the real story. Roll the clip.
Now we're doing it with prostitute. I don't know if you saw the Academy Awards this year, but I'm just going to say it. Whores are having a moment.
Apparently, the latest word to undergo a woke rebrand is asterisk prostitute. Asterisk, that's right. Hollywood has suddenly found a newfound compassion for the world's oldest profession and is now aggressively pushing a sanitized label, asterisk sex worker. Asterisk as if a simple name change somehow glamorized the job or magically erases its harsh, often dangerous realities. But this isn't just a harmless swap of terms. It's starting to feel like a full-scale PR campaign. And if you know anything about Bill Maher, you know he's not about to let this kind of performative nonsense slide. He's gearing up to
I also just want to again recognize and honor the sex worker community.
I want to thank the sex worker community.
That's how fast the woke mob can rewrite the dictionary. No memo, no vote, no public discussion. Just a snap of the fingers, and suddenly a asterisk prostitute asterisk becomes a asterisk sex worker star. Honestly, it felt like the switch happened in under 3 weeks. One day you're watching a gritty movie about streetwalkers, and the next, you're being chastised for not referring to them as licensed intimacy consultants. It's absurd. These activists act like changing the label somehow changes the reality, as if clever wordplay can magically erase the danger, exploitation, and grim truths behind the world's oldest profession. But this is what happens when ideology starts outranking honesty. Fortunately,
it's kind of funny how it's only been a few weeks and I already know people who, if you use the word prostitute, they will glare at you like you forgot a reusable bag at Whole Foods.
That right there is the problem. Even the term streetwalkers is now deemed problematic because it supposedly offends people who have willingly chosen that lifestyle. But here's the kicker. Instead of offering real support or meaningful solutions, the woke crowd would rather obsess over semantics. It's all about optics, not outcomes. They'd rather pat themselves on the back for being inclusive than confront the brutal truths these individuals actually face. It's moral posturing disguised as compassion. And Bill Maher?
His question is, if it's such an important liberal cause, why didn't you do it 10 years ago? Or 20? Or in 1975? Maybe I should be copying an attitude with you.
Bill Maher throws out a razor-sharp question, the kind that signals a verbal sledgehammer is on the way. Asterisk, why didn't we have the term sex worker 10 or 15 years ago? Asterisk, what changed? The profession, or just our increasingly fragile feelings? Why the sudden, urgent need to reinvent the language? It's a classic Maher setup, and when the punchline hits, it lands with surgical precision. His answer isn't just unexpected. It's a brutal truth bomb that—
2 years ago, the New York Post ran a story about a paramedic who couldn't make ends meet, and so started an OnlyFans to pay her bills, and then got publicly shamed for it, and Congressman Ocasio-Cortez tweeted in her defense, "Sex work is work." Well, first of all, sex shouldn't be work at all.
Trust AOC to be front and center whenever anything remotely woke hits the spotlight. Her flair for performative activism is nothing short of theatrical. If there's a camera and a cause, she's there, #slogan locked and loaded. She was one of the earliest and loudest voices championing open borders, brushing aside real-world consequences in favor of catchy, crowd-pleasing rhetoric. And now, she's practically leading the charge in the growing movement to criticize, diminish, and outright dislike America. Whether it's slamming capitalism while hawking overpriced merch or recasting patriotism as oppression, AOC never misses a chance to rally her base. But let's be honest, it's not about real solutions, it's about appearances. And while her loyal followers may applaud, the rest of the country is still waiting for substance to finally outweigh the stunts.